Give me the faith to show me everything of my life. Love is just what we want, put me arms right around you. Love give me the faith to show me everything of my life. Since I've been breaking bones, because yeah. I was gonna rap off beats. Your beat. I was just trying to get on.
Hey, you can rap off beat. You can rap on the song beat, off the beat, side the beat.
All right, welcome back to No Filter Radio. Yeah. Ooh, we got rid of a lot of people now.
Yeah.
Can y'all breathe? Y'all good? Y'all can stretch your arms and shit like that? Or, DJ, you good? You comfortable? You good, my man? You good? All right. All right, good. So we back.
No, I was in a situation early today.
I know. It was good. No, I loved it.
I liked it.
I see ain't nobody crack open them chips. Why? Nobody want to be a we can too, you know if you want. It's so good. Oh,
Oh no.
I was like, what you saying to the wait, I'm chewing. Yeah, so I want to get more into it with you, but I also want to speak with Rain because shout out to Rain too, because she's a 2-time cancer survivor. And shout out to Jane, and she rests in peace. Shout out to Lit Life Studios once again.
Right.
Shout out to Blue and Cut. Shout out to Health. AA. And shout out to me. No, stop.
Hey.
Shout out to you. Right?
No, stop. Yeah, so Rain. Wow, thank you. It's so wonderful of you to join us. You on hold right now? You off the clock, right? Because I ain't paying you this right now. Just sit down.
No.
I don't pay for sitting down. You only pay when you stand up, not sitting down. Oh yeah, we live on YouTube. That's another thing I forgot.
What?
Yeah, we live on YouTube. Let me move back. Rain. So unfortunately, your wife passed away last year due to COVID. You and her had a lot of things going on and were heavily involved in the industry, in the indie industry, and helping a lot of people and giving people a space to record music and do a ton of things. You know what I mean? Just help people in general. And I know she was on the forefront of things, but with you guys being a couple, and us being women is already challenging being in this industry. It's like we have dick competitions and we have invisible dicks, and it's just like I already know I'm stronger and tougher because I could create and you can't. Like that's all I tell them. Like I can make babies, you can't. Like you can't carry no kids. I go through that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like stop it. No, stop. No, I want to. But
I can't kiss. I don't care. No.
So that was a wrong example.
No, I don't care.
No, that was a wrong example. Overall, it was a wrong example.
Respect.
Regardless of the matter, it's a dick competition in this industry.
I got two.
It's a dick competition in this industry, and a lot of men feel like they feel like we don't know shit.
Agreed.
And they kind of try to like test us. You know what I mean? And it's like there's times when I give artists just honest input about their music. I like them as an artist, and I kind of like I wanna like their music. So I'm gonna give you my opinion because that's what it's for. You get constructive criticism, and they would get like so butthurt, and I'm just like, why are you getting mad? Like, and I tell people all the time, if you're trying to get up here, my word shouldn't really bother you, because when you get up there to the big dogs, he's mean too. He's A&R. If you think I'm mean, yeah, okay. Have a meeting with him, and he really, really gonna tell you how he feels. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's all about constructive criticism, and I feel us as women, we need to be more respected in this industry. And there's a big lack of respect. You know, whether we are women by birth or women who are being transgender, we need that. I feel like we demand that respect, and we should demand that respect. You know, because at the end of the day, like I said earlier, we all have our common goal and want to make it there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree. It's like I totally agree with that. It's like evolution. The same way like it's regular in the regular world as far as evolution. Like as far as like the black movement. Look at the black movement situation. People just now realizing, okay, we gotta start doing something. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's vice versa as far as women's rights, as trans rights, LGBT rights, so on and so forth.
Mhm.
And it sucks to say it's like this industry is very toxic, toxic masculine, very, very toxic masculine. It's like and a woman in the industry in general, or trans women in general, we're both women at the end of the day. So I'm gonna say female interpreters, female artists in general. And this industry has been either over sexualized, overjudged, manipulated,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
played. So it's like I have experienced that. Me and my wife had experienced that. You know, from different labels to showcases to studios to the list interview people and the list just goes on and it's like listen, I mean our voices matters too. You get what I'm saying? And that's fierce. Like
I wish I
How
was
was
like
your
my wife.
experience,
I was about to say,
Ray?
because this don't sound like
No,
my
yeah,
story.
hold
My
on.
wife didn't take my wife.
Jocelyn Wilson, shout out to Jocelyn Wilson. She her background is just like she's from Morehouse. Like she always been like a leader. So no offense to anyone, but she didn't take nobody's shit. Like it didn't matter if we walked in the room. I had her back, she had my back, and that was that. Like if they respect us or don't, we don't give a fuck. Like I'm gonna be honest with you because at the end of the day, they always want to figure out who's bigger. Like, bitch, our balls are bigger. Like, for real. Like, my wife didn't talk. I wish I could meet her. Like, may she rest in peace. But her dream was to open a recording studio and make it really big. And she did exactly what she said she was gonna do. And she didn't let nothing stop her. So if y'all can learn anything from her, she was 32 years old. She's an African American young lady. Her dream was to own a recording studio. This was the second one we owned together as a couple. And we never let nobody infiltrate us. I don't really give a damn. Niggas used to try to sleep with me. I'm like, my bitch got it good. I'm good. Yo, fake dick, real dick. It don't matter. That's my fucking wife. So you gotta like I'm not one to like really, I'm trying to do my life differently now because I lost her last year. I didn't expect that. I mean, COVID came in and just ripped my life apart. And the fact that I'm still standing is beyond measure. So if y'all love each other, y'all want to do whatever y'all want to do in your life, don't worry about what the fuck people think. You got to get that mentality out because people are going to talk about you. I don't need to be accepted by anyone, no one but God. I'm sorry. I don't need to be accepted. I didn't come into this earth to be accepted by anyone. I live in my truth. If you like it, cool. If you don't, stop. I don't really care. Like I'm from Bushwick, Brooklyn. Like we gully. Like we don't care. Like no. Bush, no, I'm trying to fly right. No, I got a bad mouth and I'm trying to like tame this shit. But when I see people hurting, because I can see your pain, see your pain. I'm an energy person. You don't need to walk around with your head down. Walk around with your head up. Fuck everybody. I'm telling you, because when you go in your grave, they still gonna talk about you, boy. You know what my father taught me? They ain't gonna jump in with you. Nobody that loves you, I don't give a damn. She might, because I want to jump. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Because my wife, when she died last year, it happened in 3 weeks. I lost it in 3 weeks. So appreciate your life. just rock it out. Your music is fire. Oh, your music is fire. If it's your passion, you don't. Nobody has to. I'm sorry, I could talk all night. Nobody has to apologize for their talent, for their gift, because if God gave it to you, put it in you. It is what it is. My wife was like you too, because her mom, and she, shout out to her mom who can't stand me. She didn't allow her daughter to be who she wanted to be, and it fucked with her because she was the only kid. So she was torn between me as a wife and trying to please her mama. You understand what I'm saying? And it sucked because all she wanted to do was do the music and love me. You understand what I'm saying? That's all she wanted to do. And she had to apologize for that. Like, I don't think anybody should live this life and take your dreams to the grave. You got to just enjoy your life. When I heard your story, I was hyped because when I saw my wife for the first time, like I never really was with women and stuff. I was married to men before. I'm like gonna be J Lo fat, married 4 times and shit. Like I don't give a, I really don't care what nobody thinks. I'm dead serious. I don't care. But when I saw her for the first time, I was like mesmerized, and I never experienced that before. I know it was a spiritual thing. And then when she opened her mouth, she was very intelligent. Like God bless her that she was so smart. She was always in books. She was a fucking nerd. And this is why we are where we are today. But if she didn't pursue her dream, we wouldn't even be sitting here. So we fell in love. We got married fast. I had cancer the second time. She took care of me, 31 days in the hospital. And so when I lost her last year, I felt like I lost everything. So I understand suicide because I definitely contemplated that. But I had a lot of support system. I had friends. I had family. Even this gentleman, I seen her a couple of times, but he would be like, "Man, you okay? You okay? You okay, man?" And I'm like, Blue, I'm okay. I'll cry in front of him. I'm okay. I'm okay. So cherish each other because you know what? One thing that all of us, and I'm very spiritual. I read a lot of books. I do a lot of studying. I'm gonna be a billionaire. Mark my words, okay? Because it's gonna happen. But you are what you believe. So you are what you attract to. So if you focus on negativity, you're going to attract negativity. If you focus on positive, so every morning I get up in my car and I'm like, I attract money. I don't chase money. Money chases me. Big difference. Right. Yeah, right. So what you needed in life, God gave you. I don't know if you believe in God. I don't want to push it on nobody, but I believe in God, even though it's whatever.
Spiritual being.
Stop it! I don't freaking know. I don't want them to be like, Rain talking about God in the show.
Nah, we know the all like she said, we know the
I'm
reason.
talking about them.
Why you said that? Tell them why you say that.
It's not because of you.
Yes,
Like God, keeping that like she thinks it's because of her.
yes, it
I do it to everybody respectful.
No.
What if they believe in Juba Juba? I don't freaking know.
We play we practice Ifa.
See, I don't know. What is
What's
that?
So African
It's
spirit.
the original before Santeria and Voodoo. It was
The Ifa and Alpha, depending on where your ancestors, the region
Well,
your
shit, read
ancestors
me.
from. Well, I mean, basically,
I'm an atheist, so that's why she says that.
listen, respect, it's all
That's
good.
not what. See, that's why she's
Listen.
laughing.
She's telling the wrong story.
Listen, there's different spiritual realms for
I don't
different
really
humans. It's
care.
all good.
I love you. God put us together. She don't even know.
You don't believe in. Listen. Yes, I'm very big on energy. I'm very big on energy, but like I'm very. You,
I know.
like I'm very big on energies, and I mean I practiced Nichiren Buddhism for about 10 years. That
Wow.
was really cool. So yes, I did chant the Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and like I did.
Angela Bassett.
It wasn't even.
I gotta show y'all my baby.
It wasn't even through the movie. It was just I was going through. Yeah, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Yeah, they're really dope. Like, and shout out to SGI, USA, and it's dope because like I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life, and like I said, I've always been that kid where I guess I was a loner to protect my energy. I guess I had to. That was my way. Like kids used to tease me for being a foster kid or being quiet or being different, being nerdy. It was stupid. It's like, damn, why you tease me? Because I'm smart. I can't help it. I can't help it. And like books was my escape from shit I went through as a kid. So it's like, now I'm older and I can express that. And I'm 32. It hits. It's like damn.
My apology.
I didn't want to be funny because what like you say you're very spiritual, but I felt very. It's okay. Can I say that?
Yeah, it's only us. And,
No, I'm saying
and
like
you too.
because I know I felt the really strong loving energy in here.
It's probably Jocelyn.
I,
It's definitely
There's a
Jocelyn.
lot of energy. Like there's a lot of good vibes. in here, so, like, nobody is holding
A lot of people don't
I have
know
a guardian angel too,
there's
so-
actual scriptures in our walls
mm,
because we built this.
that's deep.
Yeah, the scriptures are in the walls.
That's deep.
That's probably why we feel like
Mm,
strong
that's
connection.
That's
Facts.
I didn't. Nah, because like I didn't know if I could say anything because sometimes the Orishas, the ancestors, they be like,
Oh,
don't see. You know, I don't have to always say things like they'll give me a message, but they don't
Okay.
always. So like I felt that I want to make it hot, but
by the way, shout out to these mics are fire.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
These
You got the
mics are
battery.
fire.
mm,
But wait, you saw how that
Yeah.
mic was fucking up for you and now it's not just working for her? That was your mic. You're too magnetic.
we bless the mics for you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Yeah, she's the music person. That's I'm like, what?
I have a question. Just in general, anybody can answer this. So, when you being yourself and a person is being ignorant, and you do all the options as far as what you
Exhausted your resources.
exactly. So, what do you do? Say, like for example, I'm a trans artist, right? People say it's not about the quote unquote gender, and they say let's work. Weeks go by, days go by. What do you do?
Did you reach out and you still wait?
I mean, I reach out and they're like, "Oh, I'm busy," or "I got you," or
Get that shit. Straight up.
right.
You know why? Because like I tell people all the time, don't get bent out of shape.
Don't not bent out of shape. Don't feel any way if no one follows up, especially when it comes to business, in the, music, whatever business. We professionals in this business, right? But
I
you're a
feel-
professional, he's a professional, she's a professional, he's a professional. We're all adults here. You're
I
adult
feel
artists.
like what it is like. I had talked to my PR. Shout out to 11 First She Got Next, who's affiliated with Lady Luck. Shout out to the sis. Got a few people pushing. Mr. Cheeks,
That's what's up.
Don DeMarco, Ryan. Lady Luck. List goes on. Misty Blanco. I just met her the other day. Beautiful. For making a band. It's just like
Yeah, she's spiritual too. Yeah,
I met a lot of people in my career, and it's like they ignorant. And I had asked my PR, I was like, why people don't give me an opportunity? I got a budget like everybody got a budget. I got talent. You know what he told me? It was ignorant.
It is.
It's pride.
It is. A lot of
And I
people.
was
You
like,
see, a lot
yeah,
of
that's
people.
fucked up.
A lot of people are not raised the same. Like for example, my son is 18 years old. Right.
Mm-hmm.
If he were to walk in here right now, if he was here right now and he was chilling with us the whole time, he will be posted up just like the same way these two men are posted up. He treats you the way you want to be treated. And mind you, he's 18. He's this generation. He's in the ignorant generation.
This is the generation
I
of
call this the ignorant generation.
information for
Oh no, this is where you should be absorbing a lot of information. Absolutely, I totally agree. But like I was saying, like don't let the people who don't follow up or the people who don't give you opportunities deter what you're trying to do, or have you discouraged about what you're working on or whatever. Because like I tell people all the time, there's over 8 billion people in this world. And when one person ain't gonna fuck with you, guess what? 10 other people are. And it's only a matter of time. Timing is everything. And I'm gonna give you an example. My husband knew her before her and I actually connected. I knew of her. We've seen each other pass by the hallways, but it was always like, "Hey, how you doing? Okay, bye. Have a good weekend." That, literally that. The conversation went no further than I didn't know what the hell she ate for breakfast. You understand what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Now I know what. Now I know what she ate for breakfast. Now I know what she ate for breakfast. but my point is that My husband knew her first. They were cool, and then her and I somehow just my dinner after my I had my pop up dinner, and unfortunately I wasn't able to connect with her wife when she was alive. I met her once briefly as well, but I wasn't able to connect with her the way her and I connected. But after my dinner, like we just started kicking it, and then we just started kicking it, and it was just like literally like nothing. And now we talk every single day, and now it's to the point where we're helping each other on a business level. We got personal. We got to a personal level. Now we're at a business level, and now it's like sky's the limit. Yeah, pretty much. She's my next door neighbor. So if I need to freeload, guess where I'm coming? I mean, like, yo, you got some butter? I could, but I don't be like, yo, you got some paper plates or some shit? I need some paper plates. I got the food, but I just need something to put it on and shit. But my point is that, I would have never thought I was gonna connect with her like that. And connecting with her has also helped me. My husband has his studio right around the corner. It's slightly smaller, and it's not a recording studio; it's a printing studio because he does printing. By the way, yeah, I need a new printer. Shout out to him and holla at him. If you want like a $1.99 discount, just holla say Just Place Century, and then y'all be good. But yeah, so his room is a little smaller, so she offered, it was an agreement, per se, but she let me use her space, which is a beautiful space, and is allowing us to be here right now. So doors could open up
Thank
for
you.
you whenever. You just have to trust the process, and like I said, you know, just work and yeah, you have to work with. Yep.
Even if they did call you and they had that same ignorance, how good would that song really have? You know, they would have had bad energy. You would have had something dope. But then when you recording it with that person, now you feeling that person's bad energy. That's just that shit is that shit is
Don't get me wrong. I have collabs with with allied people or straight people. It's just I just hate when people actions show me one thing. They say one thing and their actions show different. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say certain DJs, but they a lot of commercial DJs. Mind you, crowd they see the crowd bobbing their whole time and they still find some way to oh hate, if it makes sense, behind their ignorance and their fears. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, gay males have a lane now. Us trans women in general, we really don't. I mean, you only got Sydney, you got my sister Boogie. That's about it. I mean, that's blue check verified. I mean, I know a few trans women that's rappers that got blue checks, but they not really pushing a wave as the recognition as. Not to mention even LGBT artists on the mainstream. Like, when's the last time have you heard MA really played on the radio?
that's true. But you don't really.
Ever since she came out at the paper magazine saying that she's open lesbian, they stopped playing her.
But you don't need everybody to fuck with you to be successful. You just need people to fuck with you. You know what I'm
Yeah, of
saying?
course.
And the key is success. You definitely don't want people that don't get you to fuck with you.
Right.
That's how you end up like Selena.
But yeah,
The way I see it, every no is a thank
facts.
you. Every no is a thank you. I don't never force nothing because that means it was never meant to be. Anything you force is gonna be against you. So every time somebody keep me waiting or they fake support or anything like that, or I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of
Later
that.
on, you still gonna be a fan or something. You just miss your opportunity to really roll with me.
And you know what's funny?
So,
And it's sad to say that a lot of record labels is doing that is because there is no money that's never been touched, unfortunately. And and a lot of people feel like they can't market me because it's like I'm something new. I'm outside of the quote unquote moments of how a trans woman is supposed to be
But they're not willing to take
of risk.
risk, not knowing that that risk will open up doors for so many other
I
people.
know history.
It'll have
History
him
making
being like,
moments.
God damn it, why the fuck I didn't think about that and jump on
but
that shit first. And then next thing you know, everybody's jumping ship trying to support trans and all this other. And that's, I guarantee you, that's exactly how it has to happen.
Somebody gotta be the first.
Somebody got to be the
Somebody.
first one
That
to pick the bait.
I mean, well, shout out to the old school. We're gonna find out Nas and Lil Nas X has a song together.
Oh, really?
And he do.
Well, then maybe you
But
need to
that-
create that lane.
but that was gonna be my next thing.
That's the first.
You see, the situation with us trans women in the industry is a little different. We're known to be this is, well, trap niggas, quote unquote trap niggas,
So you have
15-second fame type shit, or I slept with this person. That's what I've been
you have to
doing.
change that stigma, and you have to educate people. Starting, and I don't mean to cut you
No,
off,
you
but
good.
this was starting off with people as us, like us, right?
Facts.
You're educating us right now, but guess what? We're not ignorant. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So we need to start educating people who we know won't be ignorant to what you're saying. And that's how you start spreading the word. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure he may have a conversation one day or another. She may have a conversation one day or another. Like, we had to sit down and we talk about blah, 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 and this point we made and that point we made. Him and I are going to fucking talk about that shit when we get home. And then, no, really.
I mean,
And I'm
the
sure
the the
it's all, it's word of mouth is everything.
the identification for trans is transformation. And then the gender is dealing with the gender, male or female. It doesn't do nothing with sexuality. A lot of feel like that the T is a sexuality. It's not. It's more of a gender identity because it's like for a person to also have the mental of another gender and as well go to the physical. That's not a sexuality.
That's what I was telling my husband.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, even us trans people, get to wondering why we're labeled. Everything else is considered sexuality, and while you have the T is more dealing with gender. So we even question that. And it's like, yeah, but we are being normative in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I even tell my trans sisters like. Y'all trying to have a heterosexual version of yourselves, y'all need to have to look the outspace that there's going to be trans women, there's going to be bisexual, pansexual, lesbian. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like regular human being people. You know what I'm saying? Like there's regular females that drink dykes. It's like we even have our own rules in the trans community. Like the trans women is supposed to have all the good surgeries or supposed to be feminine all the time and stuff like that. But I'm one of the type of person in a sense I am a leader because I went outside the box. Even though I was in different position because I also have a daughter back home. You know what I'm saying? And my big mom's there to prove she knew, about my sexuality before I transitioned, but she didn't know I was gonna become to a point. So I had to start dressing down, which was fierce. I used to be dressed feminine, had heels, dress, all that stuff, and I felt like that. The baby mom felt like I was too pretty, and that wasn't the case. Nah, seriously, like I mean, bro,
How old are you? How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 32. I came. I started
We're the same
living.
age.
I started living my trans truth at 26. I started living my trans truth at 26.
My wife.
So
All right. 32. All right.
Wait, what were you gonna say? You were gonna say something.
Oh, yeah.
Why you think it was
Nah, I know what I was gonna say.
What I was gonna say is it's crazy how the industry is because a lot of the people pushing everything are on the down
On the
low.
Oh,
low.
God.
So it's like it makes you wonder like the crazy shit that they make y'all go through when they know who they are. It's like it's a numbers
I
game
think it's
because they make it honestly it's not even just y'all it's
Do you think it could be
it's the
jealousy?
gay men and the gay women too
Yeah.
because they made Tyson Beckford a pair straight so he could keep selling.
Yes.
They made you know what I mean all these
But do you think that they're jealous because these people, like like Genuine, like they're bold enough to come out and live their truth? You think they like hating? Like
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because then we definitely see that in the community. So
Facts.
I can't imagine the industry how it
That's
is.
what I'm saying.
Especially when you say majority of the bar.
Yeah, so you imagine if they marketed what they are, like the numbers game is crazy. All right, put it like this. Put it like this. There's a lot of religious people out there on the numbers game, but then they shun porn. But if you look at all porn, the numbers is way more than the.
Related people.
All right, so numbers talk. Trust me. So it makes you wonder, like they're playing with they're playing.
That's me. When I get feminine.
So that
You get done
But I
now.
want to say, no, but it's not bad. Let me get Look, I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and be a double downer because I'll be lying. Like I'm just saying, what I hear from you is that you haven't accepted who you are, right? Fully. Fuck everybody. I'm telling you that right now. If rain dies tomorrow, I told you the truth. Don't worry about what nobody thinks. Do you. Be you because you know what? At the end of the day, if you're not being yourself, you're not even living your full potential. Be you. We love you here. So if motherfuckers bother you out there, call Jess, call Hef, call Rain, call Blue. Yo, we got your back. We'll let you perform here with no problem. But you know what? We'll let you perform, right? Because I think somebody having a showcase soon. I don't know. It was her. But what I learned in a lot of indie artists is that I don't know who your PR is. I'm not into all that. I just remember watching my wife, and I learned with artists that being indie, a lot of people don't even have like a real what is it right they, right no I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general the bullet points, right? And whose criteria are you following? Because I know when we were in the basement, we started Bushwick in the basement. We didn't have an attorney, an entertainment attorney, because we couldn't afford it. Okay, and that's true. But when you get to that level where you want to really be out there, you need an entertainment attorney. You know why? Because they will lead you into the right direction. We all listening to Tom, Dick, and Harry out here, and everybody's running around chasing their fucking tail. I'm gonna be honest. So that's what I experienced. We hit billboards in 2019. So I understand that channel. You understand? But everybody's doing the same thing. And I'm like, what is anybody doing any different? I don't understand. So I'm trying to figure out who's leading you. And whoever's leading you gotta lead you to the right, you know what I'm saying? I recommend every indie artist. I know everybody don't have money, but at least get a consultation from an entertainment attorney because that helps you to guide you into the right direction. So I gave you some advice today. Next year, in 6 months, I'll be charging. Like,
I might have to try to convince them.
Convince who?
The entertainment lawyer, because I reached out to them, but they said that they don't really like doing individuals. So I'm gonna see if they can connect this with somebody who is willing. Because this person used to work for Spotify. They said they don't like doing like individual, like I guess like having clients. They prefer working at firms.
you need a recommendation? I'll give you one later.
Facts.
Hey.
Or because we be playing like for Rocket Lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell we
Don't worry, I have legal
We
shield.
just be paying for that shit. Like
I have legal
we have it just in case.
Shout out to Biggs, still watching. He's laid out, but he's still watching. He said. Yeah, man. Just like she said, like Rain said, just own your truth. I tell he knows my motto is fuck what people think.
Like my performances is not non-LGBT, it's regular crowd. And the first 3, 4, 5 years, I used to tell people, "Hey, I'm a transgender," and make a joke about it.
Uh-huh.
And it made people comfortable. But it's like everywhere I go, niggas know who my name is.
Yeah,
Nice.
So it's like I've been on
And your music is dope. That means your music is more powerful than anything somebody
Yeah,
can think.
exactly.
something to the table. But don't get me wrong, I'm human. I have my days of doubt. I'm like, damn.
No, we all do. We have feelings. We all have our feelings,
And the closer you make it to the top, the more of them things that come in your head.
Facts. I even got other niggas playing my shit. Like
Nice.
Don's and Mark, I was shocked as hell.
Because
Don's and
dope
Mark
is dope.
started playing my shit.
I'm saying because I was on the Ryan show. The Ryan
Yeah,
show
shout out
was
to
Listen
Ryan.
Cheeks podcast.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? A few times. And Cheeks liked my story. You know, Ryan liked my story. And since then, a lot of people was looking. But the first mention, unfortunately, I used to beef with my sister, Sydney Star.
Mm.
You know, and whole management was making me base off my career off of beefing her because unfortunately, no disrespect, sis. I love you dearly, but you need to come a little bit harder with the ball. Like, come on, sis. Like, you from Chicago, like, come on. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Chicago.
Nice.
So it's like, when you have two individuals, it was like basically they wanted me to feed off of her career, chase out on her. This like, I mean, one time we had disagreements. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like this time my power 105 with MEs. Shout out to MEs. You know, I had touched a situation that I know over 100 trans artists in general that has a budget all over the place, and then be the ones that out celebrities that sleep with them gets the recognition when you have regular artists trans experience ourselves have a budget, honest living. And I'm trying to change the narrative that I was like
Trans people is normal people that we come on different sexual sizes, different sexuality. We're dope. Like I know trans PRs that's in the industry secretive. I know trans manager like myself. Producers. Actually, that Sin City was produced by my trans sister. She had produced for Yellow Breezy. She know Mo. She grew up with Mo 3. I know them back down in Texas. So it's like I know a lot of people, and this mission for me in hip hop is way bigger than me. So I'm trying to bring my people. Like, hey, we know the people too. We want jobs too. Not every trans woman or trans guy is ratchet to want to expose somebody or sleep somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's fierce like everybody has a ratchet bitches. And it's fierce that once one person does it, it jeopardizes everybody. And that's why I feel like okay, yeah, she different, but she still the word transgender in general scares a lot of people. They don't know what the fuck it is. And that's fierce. But it's like I want to change the narrative. Like we don't even have places to record comfortably without. I done heard stories from my trans sisters like some engineers wanted to sleep with them because they was cute. The same bullshit, us females go through. Regular females in general go through. And then because they're trans, they don't want to get caught. They homeboys, whatever, all because you know people just look at people as different, man. It's fierce. And it's like we coming around, but it's hard. It's hard. YouTube, bro. It's really hard. Like I didn't have so many. Don't get me. Nah. I mean, I know we have studios we go to, but it's like we hear other stories. You know what I'm saying? So
But that's a big thing. Like community is everything. Like family starts with the home to the block. Family starts with the home to the block to the neighborhood to the borough, wherever you're from, whatever, and how people treat people from there is how everybody think they should treat everybody, and they start feeling like, oh, my man don't like that, so I don't like that either, and it's like everybody just need to be themselves while y'all being yourselves too. Everybody like that honestly, like she said earlier about the atheism stuff. Like me, I stopped following people and books and things and like that because I believe in humans. So I pass energy first, so it can pass back the same way. Because that's all we're gonna be remembered by. None of this shit come with it. So when I look at all these books, the people preaching it, that's leading their communities, is the reason why these communities is hurting. Because they're not really practicing what they preaching. People lost the way of coexistence. That's the biggest thing. Fuck everything else. Coexistence is like.
Honestly, I feel like COVID helped some people get back into it.
it was a wake up call.
I heard it's 2020 vision, but my story is
Yeah.
It was only a bug, E. But but for real, like people need to get it together. Like people don't want to be judged, but they want to judge. People want to be accepted, but they don't want to accept. Like, and then people put out a persona just to make money, when behind it, that's what they really are. So it's like, just like people act like they put out a persona to be gangster when they're really not. That's just to get their money.
But that's even hysterical too, because it's like mad people are so mad assuming that LGBT people can't be gangster either. That's
Also
also
hysterical because when it comes to the LGBT, it's like, oh, nigga, you ain't gangster, you a whole fairy ass nigga.
Honestly,
But the best quote known today for people who don't know, look at Omar from the Wire. That nigga was gay and that nigga was all body. Omar from the Wire.
Oh yeah.
He was a gay person. So it's like in a sense it's like you bleed like I bleed. I can bang what you can bang. I can carry a gun like you can carry a gun. I can sell drugs and you can sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's like
honestly, y'all had a bigger fight than us. So I feel like y'all more gangster than like for being
facts. And at the end of the day, we run to jail. So I'm just saying, like all the LGBT people run to jail. I'm just saying. I mean, not to be funny, but
tell the truth. Cause they go in and come out and act like they didn't do nothing.
facts.
I seen a lot of people change after they came out, and I'm like, somebody else goes. So I'm just agree with it. Like, you know what I mean? Because they be the same ones treating people like
wrong, and they come.
Yeah, so I'm
Come
like,
out with a taste of
yeah, so
See, I'm a type of chick. I'm on my business. I don't mess with guys anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, mind you, I had a dude hate on me because I was getting more business than. I was like, it was an interview at DSM. No, this is the first time I met my sister, Spicy Cajun. Yo, shout out to Spicy Cajun. This was my first time I met Spicy Cajun at DSN. I was at Freak Check. And, Trophy, shout out to Trophy from Rough Rider Radio back in the days, she had stopped the dude, but she was like, yo, what's your problem? Oh, she was like, yo, did she do anything to you? He was like, no. He was like, so why the fuck you going off for her? Leave her alone. She ain't do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just over my career, but I'm still pushing through. I'm not done. I got this little one to push out to, you know. Um, oh yeah,
all you need is one.
not true. I mean, I got a few industry old school. What's amazed me is a lot of old school than new school people fuck with me. Like from Mike Hands to Cheeks to Don. Who else shouted me out? Oh, Curtis.
Oh, yeah,
Curtis from the Bluff. Curtis Snow from the Bluff. Who else? Lady Luck. I done met Misfit. Um, I met Mims Old's manager. I met AZ before. I met a lot of old people, old school people out here in New York since I moved up here. Oh yeah, Jiggy from Uncle Luke. She's a big time LGBT supporter. You know, so I mean, the Eastern Zone, everybody's different. Jiggy from Uncle Luke.
She was really big back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of the female rappers on his label back.
Facts. And she still is. It was Jiggy. Facts. That's all that matters. Facts.
See, I had another one queued. I was in.
Oh, you was talking about.
I was like, hold on. I was like, wait,
Nah, I sent y'all some more stuff in the email. I mean,
I wish you would have sent them Warbucks.
I did.
Oh, y'all would love Warbucks. Like that was my first time like really singing on a track. Y'all gonna love it. In fact, Pure Drill, no shade to Pure Drill. Listen, I've heard it so much.
Yeah, I already said that.
Yeah. Listen, I've heard Pure Drill so much. I love it. That's my baby. But Listen, I'm excited that she got.
Oh yeah, shout out to that. Yeah, that hit 1,000.1K on YouTube as of yesterday, and it's been out a whole 30 days. Thank y'all.